Right, we're in here now. Here we are. It's what is the day? It's losing my plot. It's Thursday morning, so we're in here, and I'm going to start trying to get a coat on this. So I've been told this isn't fixed, which will be absolutely. It's been cutting, lovely to be honest. That's oh, it's separate. So that's good. That's easy. I've seen this stuff around a lot, but I've never used it. It's quite rigid actually. I thought it was going to be quite flimsy, but it's quite rigid. Looks nice. It does look the part. I suppose it's like a bit of a fashion. It'll stay around for a while, and then people are going to start wanting these painted, and that'll be fun, won't it? Trying to paint all these ins and outs. Alright, 1, 2. Do you know what? That's a soundboard as well. Look, I think it's acoustic, so I think that's like it's a real thick, like sound cushion. That's quite good actually, because you could potentially use that on your wall. I don't know how expensive this is, but it must be pretty affordable because a lot of people are having it. So maybe you could have that on a back wall as a bit of a sound barrier from like a noisy neighbour or something, and then maybe board on top of that and skim. Don't know. Don't take my words for it, but it's just where my head's gone really. Nice. That might look nice in my little man cave, you know, a little bit of a backdrop. Anyway, I'm going to put it out of the way so I don't get any paint on it at all. This top shelf comes out to allow me to get to that fire. So oh, that's good. That's good. Lovely bit of chippy work this. If anyone's watching that did it, you've done a fantastic job. Really nice. That's brilliant. That is just literally a plug. So obviously that shelf's come out, and all this fire is being held in by there's brackets here, which are on this block of wood, but the main screw for the bracket is there. So far so good. These spotlights got these detachable plug bits on it, which is fantastic. So hopefully I can just poke them up there and they won't fly off about 2 foot to the... Let's make sure they stay where I let them go. Can you imagine that? Oh God, that's fucking... Oh no, it's moved. Oh bollocks, it's gone right over it. I'll come back to you, hold on. Panic over. I just obviously pulled it back through, but I just shit myself there for a minute. I thought it had disappeared. I mean, at the worst, I could just take this face off and just get it in. But yeah, so what I'm going to do is just pull them down, put a bit of tape around the bits, and then I'll just spray them from there, really. Obviously, electrics is not my thing at all, so... So just having them out of the way will make a massive difference to the spraying. So I'm just going to probably spray this all white, I think, first. Just going to give it a base with, I think I'm going to use a ceiling paint on it. I'm just going to use a flat matte white ceiling paint on it, like a decent one. And I think that should do it, because he wants the insides all white, just literally a prime white, so when I open it, it looks okay. So that's the thing I think I was going to be the quickest. It's just put a decent, I'm going to use the Albany, the AF1 anti-flashing matte on it, which is pretty good stuff. Doesn't rub off, you know, like when you touch it with a bit of sandpaper. It's pretty tough, so I think that might be a nice base coat just for the insides. Now I don't want to tuck these back up because they're all connected and they're probably going to slide about up there and I won't be able to reach them, so I'm such an idiot, honestly. Just drop me foil. But what I'm going to do is just wrap foil around them, I think. Rather than try and tape them up, you know, properly. I think that'll do it. That's it. Just a bit of foil can sometimes do the trick. It's a lot easier to undo as well once you've sprayed them. These are all the little tips and tricks you learn, but do you know what? I forget them. Sometimes you learn so much, you actually forget so much as well. But one of my subscribers, I think, mentioned it the other day about using foil, and it all comes back. You think, yeah, of course. Tell you what, they're great over the tops of like radiator valves. You know, like instead of trying to mask them up and tape them, just a bit of foil on them before you spray, and it just it just undoes a lot quicker as well. If you mask stuff up and then spray it, most of the time you want to get your tape off before the paint dries too much, and then you're literally like trying to undo wet tape with wet paint. Yeah, it's mad. So and then also later on this afternoon, I've not got time for this, but I had a lovely customer of mine ring me up yesterday. He's an older gent, and he does a lot of sort of like woodworking, a shed in the back of his garden. He builds things. I think he builds a lot of things like little bird boxes, bird houses and things. So he's had a lot of health issues and he can't do what he used to do. So I got a phone call from him yesterday thinking it was, can you come and do this for me, do that for me, which I usually do. Obviously, you know, I do all their little jobs for him. And he said, it's time of my life where I need to clear out my wood place, you know, my tools, which I'm not going to use anymore. I want you to come and take what you want. So what a lovely thing to offer me, really. So I'm going to go and do that later, see what I can sort of take. Really and truly, not that I need anything. I've got a van out there and a shed out there that's like a little B&Q. It's got everything in it. But I just think the nice thing is that he can pass his tools down to me, and I can carry on using them. It's quite a nice thing, that. I think that's quite sentimental, and I'm sure that's why he's done it, because he knows that they'll be given to me and they'll be put to good use. So if this foil doesn't electrocute me first. I suppose there's a chance of it, isn't it? I'm taping it up with something metal, could get electrocuted here. But I ain't that silly. I know that the power to these is not on. Because I licked my finger and put it on just to test it, see? Up there for thinking. Now my last customer thought I was a bit dear, but can't see it myself. There's a couple of ways I get coving off. Sometimes, if you're lucky, you can just sort of score along the tops. Obviously I want to try and keep the walls and the ceilings as decent as I can here. So I will run a standing knife underneath the bottom of it and across the top of it. But obviously if you're plastering the whole room, you wouldn't worry about that. So sometimes you can just tap it and it comes down, but if it's really bonded, what I usually try and like to do is I'll smash through the middle of it where it's hollow, and then when you tap, you've got two sections that want to come off independent of each other. If you start hitting it without literally whacking through the middle of the coving, you've got the top bit and the bottom bit fighting against each other, so they don't really want to go anywhere. So a little tip, if you are taking coving off, I might have to do it here. If you just get a hammer, I've got like another hammer with sort of like more of an axe sort of bit on the end. But if you just literally bash through the middle, oh, it's polystyrene. Result. Yes, I might obviously be doing that, but if you have got plastic over it, if you bash through the middle all the way along, and then just get your chisel and tap under and tap on top, you've then got two independent bits of coving, and they will just pop off a lot more easier than trying to get it all off without destroying that. So this, hopefully, should be a dream. this is the shape of things to come on this job. That's just saved me ages. You can see it's sort of come off fairly clean. Look, it's pretty good. Pretty clean up there, just a bit of a scrape. And that, as I say in the trade, is super. Don't know why I keep doing that. I think there's a little bit of partridge in that somewhere. But I've picked it up from somewhere, and once I pick things up, they usually stay with me for a while. So. Look at that. Sticky buns for tea, mother. Oh my God, look. I've got to strip this wallpaper as well, look. Look. That's just come down with the coving. Look how easy that's coming off as well. I think the gods are on my side today. I really do. Some of the jobs that I thought were going to be jobs are just, well, they don't even exist, look. And it looks like it's been freshly plastered and then miscoated, so even the decoration of this wall is going to be minimal because it's bloody done, and the top's going in white as well. Yeah, so the top above where the panelling's going, they want that in white. I'm absolutely creaming in my jeans here. This is fantastic. Now, what do you reckon of this? I priced the job up on, when did I pop out? Saturday morning. 4 ceilings to skim, Artex, and then they want coving put round, you know, like not the polystyrene coving, but like the polymer coving. Next day I sent them a quote in. Fairly decent quote, you know, I'm not doing it for nothing. You know, we've talked about this, about underpricing jobs and pushing yourself to the limit. So I thought, no, I'm not doing it for silly day rate, I'm going to do it for a decent day rate. So I priced it all up, priced all the materials, sent them the quote. I thought it was quite fine, and I'm only surmising, I don't know what they're thinking. But then the woman's come back to me and asked for an email from me with a breakdown of the plastering and the coving. So now I've got to work out, because I've just done it as a whole price, so now I've got to work out what would be the plastering, what would be the coving, when really it's all in one bundle. So then you're trying to take a bit off the profit of that one to stick it onto the profit of the coving, and I'm thinking, well, you either want the job done or not. You know, why are you asking me for separates? You've obviously got a figure in your head what you want. You're not going to then just have the plastering or just have the coving. You obviously want it both. So even that adhesive is just falling off with this scraper, so I've been really lucky here, honestly. It's sped me up no end. I thought taking coving down I'd end up with holes in the ceiling and all sorts, you know how it is. Just taking these doors off now. They've got these nice little clips on them, so hopefully they should just clip back on where they left off, so not too much adjustment to be done. And I've just answered an email from, I don't know if any of you watched I think it was yesterday's video. I said in that video that I'd been offered a paint sprayer to try out, and I wasn't sure if it was just a bit of a scam or not. But anyway, So I ignored it. But anyway, today I've had another email from the person, and it was a little bit more detailed really, and it showed the product as well. And it looked all right. It looks quite natty, quite small and quite cute, and could be useful. So they want me to try it out. They're going to send it to me. So this is new to me, all this world. I had no expectation of anything on YouTube, let alone people sending me free paint sprayers. So this is as new to me as it is to you. So I just want to share it all, share my journey. Just want to share it all with you as I go. So this is what's happened. So they're going to send it to me, but on the premise that I've got to include a 1 to 2 minute bit about it in one of my videos. I've got to do the unboxing. I've got to read out all the technical specifications, basically promote it for them, which I'm happy to do. So they're going to send it out to me, and they said, I think it's coming from China, I think. And it's being shipped out, and it should be with me sometime in June. So that'll be quite good. And then obviously you're probably thinking, what do I get out of it? Well, I get this thing for nothing. I clarified that. I just wrote back to them saying, I just want to clarify. This is absolutely no charge to me, and I get to keep the product and use it for my own projects free of charge. And they've confirmed that. That's all good. And then what happens is when I display it or show it, give my review on it, whatever, then I get given a link to put on screen, you know, like a discount code. And then if people purchase it through that discount code, I think I get some sort of commission. Don't know what it is. But anyway, yeah, so I was a bit dubious at first because obviously I've got to give out personal details because I've got to send it to me and all that. And I'm a little bit sort of dubious of things like that. But I thought, well, if you don't try, you don't know, do you? So I've gone for it. But I'll keep you all up to date as and when I get this thing. And then obviously I won't show it. I won't show what it is to anyone until I do the unboxing, because I don't think that's fair on the company, really. I think they want it to be like a presentation thing. So if they're willing to give me free stuff that's any good, then I'm happy to you know, review it and say if I think it's good or not. So yeah, it's all happening. I can't believe it, really. I'm absolutely chuffed. So that's the old water coming out of the hose now from where I washed it out. Right, all the water's out of the pump now. And there's paint coming through. So we stick that return hose back in the bucket. And then we just got to flush the water out the end of this now, because obviously the hose is now full of water. Actually, I'll set that to spray. Right, that's it. Now the hose is flushed through. We've got paint all the way through now, so all the water's gone. Hopefully this will spray okay. Oh, that wasn't good. That felt blocked already. Let's try that again. Maybe I should turn the machine on. That's it. Alright, let's try this. Let's try this big back bit first, but this back bit's obviously going to be covered up by that acoustic panelling, so if it does go a bit monkey, it doesn't matter. Still a touch of water coming out of that. Well, there's quite a bit of overspray going on there. Anyway, let's do this. I mean, that's took 10 minutes and that's got a coat on everything, so I'll let that dry a bit and then I'll do it all again, I think, and hopefully that should almost do it in there. Be a big part of it out of the way. The face is not going in white, the face is going in like a, I think it's like a sagey sort of green, but it still needed some sort of base on it anyway. Right, I'm going to take this off my head because I'm dying in here. Right, so I've got 2 boxes of this. And they even give you a tube of no nails with it, instant nails, whatever it is. Right, so with that you get the kit for, it's just MDF, that's all it is MDF. I mean, you could easily make it yourself, but I haven't got the time or the ability to cut that straight, you know. It's so expensive for what it is, but I think it was like 39 quid a box, so 70 quid's worth here. I'm just trying to work out the cuts for the angles now, so what I've done, I'm never sure how to really do this, you just do what you can, don't you, really? It's not precision woodwork, but you still want to get it right. So I'm taking a straight line up from that skirting where it goes straight, and then from there, from that angle, I've done a line which obviously follows onto the skirting and then follows through from the wall. I've got a laser in the van, I'm just being lazy, a lazy laser. So then I've gone straight down there now. So I've got that angle and that angle. So now my plan is, that obviously sits on there. Now to create this angle, I need to put my bit of wood on top of the stringer. But I need to bring it, let's bring you in. But I need to bring it up as high, obviously, as that. So that's bang on there. You get what I mean so far? Now I need to do, all right, what's the best way to do this? My head's getting frazzled now. So obviously that will come down. Right, so let's draw that one on there now. Sometimes I see these little things on Facebook or whatever, and there's some real clever people out there. Right, so that's obviously got to be cut there, I think. But at the same time, this one has got to be cut, obviously, down there as well. Is that right? So if I mark that there as well, so when I cut that, obviously that bit is going to be sticking out up here. This bit's going to be a bit of an overhang. So what I do, I don't want, am I doing this wrong? I can't get my fucking head around it. I don't want that bit, do I? I don't want that bit. I don't want that bit. So that bit needs that shape cut off of it. That bit needs to be there. So just imagine in my head taking that away from that to that. I think that's right. Let's go back over to my garage and cut these 2 bits. I mean, it literally is across the road, so couldn't be any easier. Right, let's get you in here. Turn the light on. Cut these. So get the old Festool out. There should be a hole up there somewhere where this pops through like that. And then connects into the circular saw just like that. tiny little bit off the end. Not convinced, but we're going to have a look. Right, has it worked? Has it worked? So, is it that bit there, and then that bit there? Just jack that up a bit underneath, because that string is a little bit wonky, so that, yeah, I think that's right there. That is the right angle, yeah. Yeah, I'm happy with that. That's pretty good. I'll just chuck that on there quickly. Oh, laser's flickering now. So I'll just chuck that on there just as a starting point, really. That top one's not stuck because I need to work out the angle for that to come down the stairs again. And I think the only way I can really work that out properly is to come off of this bottom bit. Sort of the same thing, coming up and up, and then measuring up, and then I can join that line up to that line with a laser, and that will give me my equal line down there. But before I can do that, I really need to put that skirting on, because that's going to dictate the first bit of panelling going along it. So I'm going to leave that as it is, just a starting point. I'm going to give this a second spray now inside. So that's not bad, is it? That's the ceiling paint. That's the AF1 ceiling paint. And I said earlier that it's quite good paint. I did notice when you spray it on ceilings, and then sometimes if you've got to do any little bits of rubbing down, it doesn't flake off like bloody flour like the cheap stuff does. It's solid. So that's had 2 good sprays of that, really. Again, it's just for an inside, so when they open the cupboard, you know, they haven't got like bare MDFs in it, looking at them. So yeah, that's quite alright, that actually. Little bit of a build up there, that'll sand off, that's fine. But by and large, I'd say the priming of them is done now, so I'm going to leave that. Right. So obviously I'm only coming down to where the panelling is, so see, but it's quite alright the spraying. Look, the carpet's there. I've obviously not protected it, but it don't really get any drips from the end of these, and it comes down so fine. By the time it hits that carpet, it's just like dust, really.
And that's about as far as I got. I thought I put more on, recorded more, but obviously I didn't end it with anything, so I'm just going to do that now. So obviously you can see what I got done there. I popped to Howden's, I went and picked the skirting up, which I'll try and get some skirting on tomorrow. Carry on with the panelling, maybe get some more painting done, but I'm only over there till about midday, 1 o'clock latest tomorrow, so I might put that out tomorrow, but I'm going away tomorrow evening. But I may even show a little bit of where we are over the weekend, who knows, might be something nice to see. So have a lovely weekend, everybody. The weather's going to be perfect, and I'll see you over the weekend, or maybe tomorrow night, whenever. I will see you, but have a lovely weekend and take care.